So, welcome this week to Loot Shooter Weekly, Season 3, Episode something. I don't remember. I don't remember what.
We'll go with 12.
Episode 12. Yep, home camo. So tonight we're broadcasting from Ghost Recon Breakpoint, and I titled our stream tonight Boo, like as in ghosts. Boo.
Spooky.
Not like she's my boo. Boo, like scary boo.
Scary boo, exactly.
And I am gamertag Burt Reynolds, and tonight again with me is the one and only golden voice of gaming,
Somewhere around there. There I am. Boop. Hey, what's going on?
Negan Killjoy. So Negan Killjoy and I are gonna play a little Ghost Recon. This is a game we don't play it a ton. We play it in spurts.
Yes.
It's not a loot shooter in general, kinda. I mean, you can turn on a loot shooter mode that's called gear score enabled, and if you want to do the raid, you got to do that. But tonight we've got it playing on immersive mode, in which case you're chasing down guns, but they're not gear score dependent. You're not grinding out levels like you do if you have the gear score enabled mode on. It tried to be a loot shooter. It didn't really work, but it's a great shooter.
It was not received well as a loot shooter. Was not received well.
It was not. It was not. It got accused of being every other Ubisoft game.
Mm-hmm.
We, in fact, for a while, deemed it to be the Division in a giant rural
Division in the woods
area. Division in the woods. Division on the island. Which was not received well.
No.
Yeah. But they added this immersive mode, which is great because you can customize everything about it, basically to make it the experience you want it to be. Time to kill is very short. Time to be killed is very short. It's very much more based in some proximity closer to reality. And so we generally will play this when we need a heavy dose of reality.
It does reset our expectations.
It does. It does reset our expectations. It has a great set of guns and loadouts and gun customization, much more in line with real life. And this ends up being a little bit more like a survival mode. We were big fans of survival in the Division 1.
Oh, huge. And huge fan.
This has, Negan's like, it's not even like, fan isn't the word when it comes to Negan in survival mode. This game has a good kind of proxy of that, of sorts, right? Where you have to, get food, water, and supplies, and your guns run out of ammo, and it's pretty cool. So, on that note, we're going to take a camp tonight and get a blueprint for a gun, a pistol that I don't have. But before we do that, we are going to talk about what we're drinking.
Yes. You want me to go or you want to start this week?
No, I think we should stick to our routine and we'll have you go first. What are you drinking tonight?
All right. Tonight I am drinking something called the Hairy Eyeball Ale by Lagunitas Brewery out here local. Mm-hmm. And it's described.
Like Lagunitas?
Yes, I had to look up the description because it's not on the bottle, but I remember it being something kind of cute. And they describe it as, and I quote, a roasty, toasty, malty, hangover-halting beer, especially formulated for when you wake up feeling like you need to shave your eyeballs to see the new day. I thought to myself, that's a beer right there, man. I'm not hungover, so I don't know about the shave my eyeballs feeling, but it seemed like a good description of a beer, and so I had to try it. I had to give it a shot. And it's dark, and it's malty, so I think I'll probably enjoy it just by that description by itself. And it's a heavy. I think it's a 9 ABV or something like that. So it's a little bit of a heavy hitter.
Yeah. Well, that description makes me want to play Sunday Morning Coming Down by Johnny Cash.
That's right.
But because we broadcast on YouTube, I cannot play that song. I don't get hungover, but I don't drink enough to get hungover. But if I did, that would be my hangover song.
Exactly. So since you're not drinking enough to get hungover, what are you drinking tonight?
So in honor of you, I am drinking from Crystal Lake Brewery again. This is also from their Dry Land series. I am drinking... Sorry, I don't want to get killed by a drone here. I'm drinking Too Much Cologne, which is their German Kolsch-style ale.
Oh, I see what they did there. Cologne, Germany. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So the description here is over 4,200 miles separate Crystal Lake and Cologne, Germany. That's a long way to go to get a traditional Kolsch beer. And they spelled it right, B-I-E-R.
Okay.
So they partnered with the good folks at Plank Road Taproom in Elgin, Illinois, to create a German Kolsch-style ale called Too Much Cologne.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
And it has a whole other description of the actual beer itself, but it's like another serious paragraph, so
serious paragraph.
I'm gonna
Gotcha.
skip it.
So this is your second Kolsch in about 4 or 5 episodes. Because the last one you had, you weren't sure how it was supposed to taste. You weren't sure how you should rate it. So this will be an interesting comparison between what you had before and what this one tastes like, and what you think they're supposed to be like. Cheers to you, my friend.
Thank you. Cheers to you. Yes, this tastes much more like what I would imagine a Kolsch tastes like, Negan. Remember, the last one had a very IPA-ish taste to it, which it came from Revolution in Chicago, which is famous for their IPAs. I mean, that's their, like, bag.
Right.
This has a much more, what I would anticipate, malty, sweet, but refreshing taste to it.
Sounds like you're on the right track. Sounds like it's on the right track for a good Kolsch.
Yeah. It tastes like German beer. Let's put it that way. So we do have a few other topics to talk about as we head down to our camp here that we're going to go take out. We were talking earlier about upcoming changes to the Division because the PTS is going on, which of course we're not playing because we're not PC players. We play on the Xbox. And so we're not able to do that, but that's okay. We've been watching it, the PTS, and you know, kind of seeing what they're doing. And I was saying to you earlier that I've liked what I've heard or seen thus far from the PTS, and even liked some of the. I've actually liked some of the negative feedback that I've heard.
So specifically, what kind of stuff are you hearing that you like?
So I've heard that some people think that it is too easy, and Massive came out today and said, we actually like the way we've got it tuned right now. Understanding that, yeah, it is easier probably than some people might like, but that there is legendary mode for all the sweaty tryhards out there, and they've tuned everything else to a spot where they feel it's right, which addresses an issue that I have long had with the game, which is it always feels like they don't know their audience.
Right. Yeah, we've mentioned that a couple times.
When you make that game too tryhardy and sweaty, I feel like tryhards and sweaties already have destiny if they want to, get all tryhard and sweaty. And the Division is better tuned when it's tuned for 40-year-old adults who want to come home from work and just kill some stuff and be,
the
chill.
Dad game. Yeah. The dad game, as we've referred to it before.
It's a dad game. Yeah. And we were talking earlier about why I think that's true, and I believe it's true because it is a very RPG shooter. As far as shooters go, it has a tendency to be probably the most RPG-ish of all of the loot shooters that we play.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
And I really feel like that appeals to an older audience. Younger kids, if you're used to playing, if your other games in your rotation are Call of Duty and Overwatch, Destiny's probably about as RPG as you're going to want to get with things. You know what I mean? Where you can literally throw a build together based on one piece of armor and a very basic skill tree, and you don't need anything else. Having to think around all the stats and everything else that comes with something like the Division is something that somebody who grew up playing Contra and Final Fantasy is going to be more comfortable with than.
Right.
So
Which
that's always been my opinion.
Right, and it's also something that it's suffered from, and we talked about it a couple times. Is they want the diversity, they want the build diversity, but because of the way they kind of made it and the way the state it's in right now, there's not a whole lot of diversity. Like last time we were in there, we were talking about the meta is all reds and all that stuff in Division 2. So you want it to be more RPG, you want it to have more builds to it, but they're trying to find that spot again where builds become a thing again. So I think, and from what I've seen on PTS, what I've read about PTS, it sounds like they're going that way with adding some new stuff as well as just tweaking the existing stuff.
Yeah, and that, again, one of those things that I really genuinely like to see and hear. And so, when I think about, so a few streamers and tryhards and what else are going to be, frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
And 90% of their player base is going to be grateful. And I think that's the right way to tune a game, right? Yes, you need streamers. Yes, you need, content creators to care about your game. But they represent a very small population of who plays your game. And it's okay to upset them every once in a while in the name of making the other 95% happy.
Did you sniper him from 10 feet away with that sniper rifle?
Yeah.
I thought that's good. That's right. We're overkill mode.
Is there a rule about that or something? Am I not supposed to sniper guys from 10 feet? It's actually not a sniper. It's not a sniper rifle. It's a DMR. It's the Mark 14. We probably should talk about our loadouts here in a second, just because, obviously we've got loadouts, and I've got an assault rifle and a DMR. My DMR of choice in this game is always the Mark 14 EBR. I've fired one in real life. I have a preference for it. I think it's a fun gun to use.
Nice. All right.
And I'm using the SIG 553 assault rifle. This is my assault rifle of choice.
So I'm using the ASR 516 or ASR Mark 1. And then the TAC 50 is my sniper rifle of choice. Never having shot one, but it seems to be fun in this particular game. So this has worked out for me.
So there's the blueprint I needed.
Oh, there you go.
But let's take the camp down.
Yeah, I'm going to come over there and grab it. It doesn't look like I have it yet either.
I'm going to sniper this guy from 10 feet away, too.
Nice.
Sorry about you, Negan. I know you're not happy with that, but it's happening.
Well, it is what it is. I guess I'll let it go this time.
Honestly, the Mark 14 EBR it's just a big assault rifle, right? I mean, it's a M14 with a little bit of extra tech on it, and it is very much a battle rifle, I guess, is what it is. I think that's
rocket launcher.
EBR, enhanced battle rifle. Yeah, that's what they. That's what the name actually means. So. That was an accident. I actually hit him in the backpack, and his rocket launcher exploded. That said, they aren't going to know where it came from. I did that from cover with a.
Yeah, although that's one of the things. Have they fixed that a little bit? Because it used to be this game, they miraculously knew wherever you were, whenever you shot somebody, the bad guys just seemed to always know where to go to and where to storm to find you. It looks like they might have fixed it. Those mortar shots out of the blue.
I mean, they're investigating,
right?
But they're investigating over by where he exploded so far.
We're gonna let him calm down. We'll be talking a little bit more about the division, stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. I think so.
Oh, maybe not.
Well, did you upset him?
Looks like I might have upset him. Yeah, they supposedly they saw me. I'm not sure how though. I was in cover too. Right.
Alright, well.
Guess we'll shoot him as they come towards.
Do what we gotta do.
See? Mortar.
Is that a mortar blast?
It's a mortar blast that was able to go over buildings, around buildings, and hit the corner.
May have killed the civilian.
I see that.
May have nuked a civvy. Well, that sucks for that guy. Good thing it's a video game.
That's right. Not bad. Whoa! We didn't see you there. Come on, put your head out, put your head out, put your head out.
Keep tight, check your position.
Thank you.
Somebody threw a grenade at you, Negan.
Oh! Is that what that was? I'm just gonna lay here and think about things I've done.
Now I'm gonna try to get to you, but
Yeah, no worries. Do your thing, man.
well, I kind of need you.
Like, guy in front of us isn't gonna turn around. I'm laying here, he's not gonna turn at all.
You're...
I bet you he feels stupid.
That's another mortar.
See, I was not talking about. The accuracy of the mortars is just incredible.
Yeah, it reminds me of The Division. Same studio, right?
Mm-hmm.
Same studio. I think it's the same engine. Ooh.
Come on, I need a visual.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, got me on a reload. Yeah, actually, what we were talking about, since you're concentrating over there on not getting killed, the division in the jungle for a while, shooting sniper people, that's actually caused some reorganization to happen at Ubisoft as well. They changed some stuff.
Oh, has it?
Yeah, about a month, maybe 2 months ago or so, they moved some people around. The creative, I guess it was a single president in charge of creativity over both Division and what we're playing, Breakpoint. So they felt that having one guy's final say across the board made everything too similar. So they wanted to mix it up a little bit. So they put some other people under him and stuff like that.
You might want to use some bandages. I think you're low.
Yeah. Wait, where I can do it. Here we go. That's right. The other part of this is you don't heal magically. You have to do bandages and stuff, depending on your settings.
Yeah, well, and if you're not doing bandages, I feel like you're cheating. So
exactly. No, I agree.
all right, we got to figure out how to get up on that roof so that we can take that mortar out. I think my dog is at the door.
All right.
Let's invite my dog in.
Get your dog on stream.
And she is.
Nice.
All right, Blondie, welcome to the stream.
What up, dog? That's what I did there. How do we get up there? How do we... Okay, so there's a ladder inside. Kind of by you. Inside
Is
the
there?
B building. If you just went in the B door.
I did.
Stand over. Take my drone down.
I mean, I can see a ladder to get on top of this little building.
Yep,
Oh,
there
I
you
see
go.
it.
Yeah, you're
I
over
got
here.
it. I got it.
Hello.
So there's gonna be a sniper up here right away, I think. He saw me. And he's shooting at me. Alright, Moore's taken out.
Okay, I'm staying down below to take out any guys walking around on the ground. Might have a shot at the sniper too here in a sec. I do. One of us got him.
He's down.
He's
Sniper's down.
Sniper's down, exactly.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see what they're doing with Destiny next week. I think that again, I'm pumped that they're doing something different. Or Division, I'm sorry. I'll be excited to see what that looks like when it comes out. Borderlands has an update next week, and that's what I'm excited about for next week. 2 weeks till the update for Destiny. Probably not enough to get me to come back for that. Division I will definitely recheck out. That'll get a re-review.
Absolutely. Yeah, we have a good crowd that runs Division too, so that'll be fun to do that. Kill everything. That's not a nice way to go about this. That's it all.
Shoot those assholes! Shoot them!
Guy coming up top.
Hey,
Guy running up top towards you.
language.
He's inside, so I can't get him. Oh, shoot. Oh, no, you got him. Nice.
He's dead. He dead.
He did.
He's the one with the foul mouth, so
Oh,
I
that's
was excited to kill him.
uncalled for behavior. Good thing it's an adult. It's an
Yeah.
adult game, an adult stream. Yeah, Destiny 2. I don't know what they'd have to do to get me to go back and look at that game again. Because the last events they've had have been, well, quite, in my opinion, quite stupid. So, there've been these community things where
Yes.
it's like, oh, you know, deposit these coins or whatever, and everybody has to deposit like 1 billion of these coins and stuff like that. Just seems like a super cheap way to do stuff or get, quote, the community involved.
Yeah, and I think they've more or less been called out on that, right? I
Mhm.
mean, nobody's been happy with that. So, yeah, I'm in agreement there. I don't think they would have to do something remarkable for me to even consider it.
Yep, absolutely. Which is
And
nice.
since I already own the game, I don't know what that remarkable would be.
That's right.
Not really sure.
Alright. Where are you, buddy? Out of here.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say they would give the game to me for free, and then I'd maybe give it a shot, but I own it, so they can't do that.
Yeah, definitely not. I think I have to buy the season pass this season each time it comes out, so I didn't buy this last season. And yeah, so it's something super remarkable to get me to buy the next one. You get all the bad guys? This place clear?
It is.
Nice.
There's a locked door that I'm going to carry a dead body to open. There's some cool things in this game like that, right? Like, there's a locked door, I can't get in. It's got a chest inside. But if I carry a dead guy to it, I can use his, I don't know, hand biometrics to
Mhm.
get in that door.
Yeah, definitely does some cool things. Yeah, they did some pretty good things with it.
This is getting AI teammates added in June.
Yes.
That's probably been the other biggest complaint with this game is no AI teammates, which of course this game is relatively famous for.
Mm-hmm.
Going all the way back to, and I've been playing Ghost Recon since the first Ghost Recon on my original gaming PC back in like 2002. I had
Back
Ghost
in
Recon
the day.
Island Thunder, and you know the Ubisoft's game catalog, you know, was much different then, right?
Mhm.
So their two marquee games back in those days was Ghost Recon and it was Rainbow Six, the original Rainbow Six, like Raven Spear and all those, or Raven Shield. And you know, they covered very similar territory. Ghost Recon was the big, wide, outdoor military sim, and Rainbow Six, very similar. You had control over AI teammates. It was the, you know, kind of SWAT simulator.
Mhm,
Hostage.
right.
save a hostage, you know, all that kind of stuff. And the AI teammates were a big part of it, right? Because you would plan, you would strategize how you were going to take an objective and literally make a plan in both games. And your AI teammates would execute the plan with you. So when this game came out with no AI, that's kind of a big disappointment, right? Because you lose out on that whole team strategy aspect of the thing. Unless you play with like a group of 4 people.
Right, right.
And there again, I feel like Ubisoft didn't realize who their audience was, because the bulk of people who play this game play it by themselves. They're lonely neckbeard type guys that really did get into
lonely neckbeard. Oh,
so,
man.
well, I mean, it is what it is, man. That kind of is what this game has always catered to. You know, like the sort of really tactically thinking gamer. Again, older audience. A lot of times not guys that had, you know,
Right.
a ton of different options in terms of like playing with a bunch of other people, like-minded other people.
Right. And the issue I had in Wildlands though is that the AIs, it was an easy button. It wasn't even strategic. It was just a matter of you pick out the guys you wanted your guys to kill, you'd point them in the general vicinity, and no matter where the bad guys were at, they could be inside a building in a locked safe with bulletproof armor on, you know, 120% of their body, and somehow your AI guys would drop them with one shot.
Right.
You know,
And
take you
really
30 or 40
the
minutes to track the guy down and shoot him, but your AI would like, hey, there he is, click, done.
the sync shot thing really came in during Future Soldier. And it was not an OP feature then, and then in Wildlands it just got out of control. Like it was like, again, they didn't even have to be in your visual sight, right? They could be inside a wall. You could thermal vision inside of an armored building, find the biggest armored tank that was walking around in there, and your guys would drop him
Yes, exactly.
from outside.
Yep. From outside through walls, it seemed.
In previous games, all you really had control over was weapons free, or having them hold their fire, and you could control their movement. And you could designate targets of priority, you know, in order, but it wasn't a sync shot scenario like it is now. And,
Okay.
you know, it wasn't in, or how it was in Wildlands. And that really changed the game, right? I mean, it became much more of a, it was less about strategy. See, in the older ones, again, you would plan your strategy, right? Like you would have a mission objective, you would assign, like, you know, Soldier A goes here, then here, then here, then here, then holds till your sign, then here, you know, like, you would map it all out, and then they would execute it with you. That's a very different scenario than, I'm gonna go stand outside this building and just, you know, for the next 20 minutes, assign sync shots and have them kill everybody, and then I'm gonna go reap the rewards. That's that's a different game.
Absolutely.
So they took it out on this game altogether. Said, we don't want to be cheesy.
Which was well received.
Now they're adding it back in. Yeah, that was terribly received. We're not going to fix the problem. We're just going to remove it. We're not going to try and make it better. We're just going to take it out. And so now they're going to add it back in. So we'll have to see. But they have committed to the fact that they're not making it the easy button that it was previously. So here's hoping. Here's
Exactly.
hoping.
Exactly. And to circle back on the PTS and Division and that stuff, since they're in just kicked off phase 2 this week, I believe. They're kicking off phase 2 soon. And
Today or tomorrow.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
that's
It
right.
ended. Phase 1 ended today. Phase 2 kicks off tomorrow.
So they're doing a balancing pass, but there was and there's two reasons I bring this up. One, I'm excited for it, is because it's an interesting take on the content, and two, how they dealt with it was the leaks. Somebody did some data mining inside of the obviously the data, the application and stuff, and they found something that people were referring to as skyscraper. And they were saying how it's some of the audio files that they found were talking about different routes and different rooms, and it indicated that it was I think the consensus now is like a horde mode almost. That you're going
Yes.
floor to floor and you're going after the bad guys on each floor, and they haven't quite described how it's going to happen. But so that's kind of cool. That it's more of the underground was the Div 1. So that'll be interesting how they do that. Or Resistance. I think Resistance is probably a better analogy, is what people are going with now. So that's kind of cool. Kind of looking forward to something like that. And the fact that Massive didn't come out and say how horrible people were for data mining and you're their scum and all this other stuff. They basically admitted that yes, it's there. Yes, it's in development. But hey, let's not spoil anything.
Right.
Which I think is a really
And they
cool
said
way
it's
to address it.
they said also, nothing's final in it. It's not finished. It's not no final decisions have been made. So there's, yes, that's their intended purpose with it, but we'll see how it turns out.
Yes,
And,
exactly.
and I think that was also a good move, right? Because, once people tend to get their hands on some information in the game, they tend to, even if it's in like beta, they tend to make it gospel, right? And
Yes.
these live service games change so much from iteration to iteration. Like we're looking at, and we were talking about earlier, like there's a big balancing pass coming to Borderlands 3, which of course is kind of our main game at the moment, next week, and who knows what that's going to look like.
That's right.
But you could data mine a lot of things and think you would know, but it's going to change that quickly. So there was, we've had about a month since the last big update, and now it's all going to get changed. So
all right. New content, new balancing pass, new content, all sorts of stuff happening in
new
Borderlands. New raid, exactly.
Yep.
It's supposed to drop too. Sweet.
So I think next week we'll be back there to talk about the balancing pass they're doing there, because obviously there'll be a whole bunch of new guns, or at least there'll be new raid guns. Old guns are supposed to become viable, and probably our favorite cartel guns are going to get some nerfs, but we'll see. I want to see how it turns out, so I think it'll be kind of cool.
That's what's referred to as MOGA. Make old guns great again. MOGA.
Yes, make old guns great again. I'm looking forward to using my hyperfocus again.
Exactly. Hyperfocus and shocking AA, all that good stuff.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, it'll be cool. So beers. Let's talk beers.
Yes.
How are you feeling about your hairy eyeball?
I enjoyed it. It's a little toasty out here today, though. So it's like I said, in the last couple of days, it's been around 100. I think today was the same thing. So it's a little warm in the house right now. So it got a little warm fast. I'm disappointed in that. It was an ice glass. So I think if it didn't get as warm as it did, I'd enjoy it a lot more than I did. I am enjoying it, and it is good. I just think it needs to be colder, much, much colder. But it's good. It is malty. It's definitely malty. And I can see maybe after a heavy night of drinking where this might be worthwhile if you have to shave your eyeballs. But no, it's good. It's something I'll definitely have again.
So put that one on my list for when you send me that beer care package when we exchange beers, because I would love to try that one. And we get Lagunitas here, but not all of their catalog. We get some.
Right.
Because they are local also.
I was going to say they're brewed. Some of this
They're
stuff
in
is brewed
Chicago.
local to you.
Yep. Yeah. But that one I've never heard of or seen before. Maybe I need to just go to the liquor store instead of the grocery store. But
that could be it.
I'll take a look for it. It is what it is. But yeah, this Kolsch is great. This Kolsch is fantastic. So if the Kolsch's that you're drinking out by you taste like this one, I get why you like it.
Yes.
And,
light. They're crisp. They're good. They're definitely, and it's really nice if it's nice and hot, which I think you're experiencing a little bit of a heat wave, a little humidity. It is. They're really good on a nice hot day. They're crisp. They're cold. They're easy drinking. They're very easy to drink. Very nice.
I mean, it's got a good malt taste to it, but it's not like sticky or sweet or any of that. It's very, it is very refreshing.
Yes.
And low alcohol, not high alcohol. It's like 5.2. It's not super strong. I'm not gonna get wasty on it. It's good.
Yeah. No, that sounds like a Kolsch. the one you described previously that you had before does not sound like it's Kolsch. The one you're drinking right now, the way you're describing it, that is Kolsch, my friend. That is what you should be having.
Well, that other one is a Kolsch.
No, they did it wrong. They did it wrong.
But they did it wrong. Yeah.
It's not your average.
Yeah.
It's not your standard Kolsch.
This is
cool.
good.
Well,
This
good.
is
Good. Two
Very
good
good.
beers. So I think that's a couple weeks in a row now.
Yeah.
At least we've had some good beers that we've enjoyed and stuff like that. And
Mhm.
I will have a secret is as soon as I finish this particular beer I have, I think I've done it on stream before, but I also have another Kolsch in my beer fridge that I'm going to open. It's my Almanac, which is called a True Kolsch, which I think I reviewed a couple, maybe 3 episodes
You did.
ago. So
Yeah, you did.
as always, I have something I'm trying for the stream, but I've got one lined up, ready to go for the hot weather that I'm experiencing.
Nice.
So we're good.
Nice. Cool. Yeah, so next week, come back, check us out. There'll be new content for Borderlands. We'll be reviewing that. And then probably the week after, we'll probably run the new raid. I don't know that we'll quite dive into the new raid next week, just because we'll be getting a hang of what the balancing pass did to our builds.
Oh, I don't
And
doing the raid the first day out sounds like a kick in the crotch. Good time.
oh, it does. I'm not saying we won't do it. I'm just saying I don't know that we'll stream it. I didn't say not do.
Right. That's right.
I said not stream.
Okay, good. That's better that way.
There's a big difference.
There's a big
There's a
difference.
very big difference.
If we're going to get kicked in the crotch,
Yeah.
we're not going to do it live. Okay, I like that idea.
Not really. I think we'll need to be focused
Yes.
on day one and not bothering with streaming at the same time. Once we get it down and we feel good about it, then I'm happy to stream it.
Yes.
But,
Agreed. 100%.
Between adjusting to gun balancing passes, thinking through all that, and having to talk on stream, I don't think rating is going to be a great idea on stream. That's okay. That's good. We're good. And yeah, so with that, I'm going to let you sign us off because that's
What we
kind of
do.
your gig, and that's how we do.
All right. Well, cool. Yes, as
All
always.
right.
Thanks for joining us. Thanks, Burt. And glad you
Yes,
enjoyed. And
yes.
everybody else, see ya.